Oh, hello.
Oh my gosh, good to have you. And I believe you will be joined by a GM in just a little bit. But yeah, let's have Crappy bring us over to the reveal. Avoid the rainbows. Okay, those are pretty scary. Yeah, Tristan, thank you so much. I want everybody here to know Tristan has largely been the one wrangling the secret GMs for the GM bracket. And has done a fantastic job helping out. Thank you so much, Tristan.
Yeah, it's been fun. Just to see a couple of new people come in with some new ideas on what qualifies as like jank and bad and interesting enough to have in Kusog7ande, and we've all learned some new stuff from it all.
Yes, indeed, we have. Well, let's go ahead and bring in our GM today. You've seen him before. Say hello, everybody, to, I hope this is the right person, Okami! Come on in, Okami. Let's talk about your video games.
Oh, Okami might still be...
Nope, Okami's here.
Okay, good.
Hello.
Hello, Okami. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm excited for what we got here today.
Good. I mean, you're choosing the game for me. You asked if I was worried about motion sickness, and I'm not personally.
You are not personally, but someone in chat might be. So yeah, we've got a motion sickness inducing game here, among other things. But I have a little story to tell you about how this game came to be in my list here.
Sure.
So, when I was telling one of my friends that, hey, that we're having this side bracket for Kusog7ande and I'm giving out games for it, there was one game in particular that they wanted me to try to give out for a match. And I tested it, and at first I wrote off, like, I don't know if this will work, but the more I played it, the more I started to enjoy it, I guess we'll say.
Okay.
And the more I felt like, yeah, maybe we might have a way to potentially track this, so maybe it'll go on my list. And he's like, yeah, poke me on Discord if you end up giving it out. And I am happy to say that today is the day where I'm giving out that game in particular. So, for your consideration, today we have for PS1 Slamscape.
Slamscape for PS1. I know very little about this, but I am actually playing in this match, so I need to work on taking off. I will go ahead and change everything so you can talk about it. Go ahead and start now, because I should not be able to hear you at this moment.
Hey bro, can you hear me calling you a dingus?
Confirmed, I cannot hear you, and I will mute my microphone. Good luck.
Okay.
Alright, so, I guess up front, let's go ahead and make explicit the content warning and the...
Yeah, let's... Absolutely. So, there is some... I did warn the players about some of the more graphic things in the game here. So, they have been given full clearance to skip it. But there are some needles. And the opening cutscene, well, I think you might be able to put it a bit more delicately, Tristan, so, I'll leave describing it to you from what's been described here already, if you're comfortable with that.
Okay. So we're gonna skip most of the... Explicitly, we're gonna skip the opening cutscene and the game over scene, because they've got some body horror things associated with them. And then, in general, the gameplay probably has some kind of motion sickness warning attached to it. So be aware of that. I know you were going on about how it's kind of baffling this game got the rating it did.
Yeah, that was one of the particular things that really caught my eye with this, was despite the body horror that we're talking about here, you'll notice on the box art, this got a rating of K to A by the ESRB somehow, and I don't know how it did. Even, like, have the Moby Games page up for Slamscape. Let me read off what the back of the box says if I can find the cover for that. What was the? Let me see if I can find the exact thing that caught my eye for this. I need to go up through the rest of the box art, but I think it said something about like kick butt, except less PG-13. And that's just on the back of the box.
Extremely. This is an edgy elemental, and someone in chat was pointing out, based on the box art, that yes, this is associated with MTV during its edgy era, especially.
Yeah, this was.
I actually don't know anything about this game. What is the deal with this in MTV? Do you know?
So it says here, featuring music of God Lives Underwater. So that's going to be one of the other reasons why I wanted to put this forth for Kusog7ande is, well, we shouldn't have to worry about DMCA. The game does include some music videos, but that's just in like other menus and whatnot. One of the big things that this game likes to wear on its shoulder is that it has what it calls an interactive soundtrack. So depending on where you are in the map, you'll get like different sounds here and there for from the game. So like you can bounce off of a certain obstacle and you'll have some sort of sound effect play or something to that effect. And it's a cool idea in concept, but man, the end result is pretty laughable.
Yeah. I'm able to see Bro as he's doing the setup, and I'm able to see a chunk of this opening cutscene, I presume, before Time Wanderer skips it.
Yes.
Since we're not going to see the opening cutscene, can you give us an idea of the general plot of this game? I can get a basic gist of it, and it seems to be one of those, like, person in an accident has their brain put in VR kind of things.
Yeah, you get into an accident, and then you're forcibly hooked up to a VR machine and thrown into the Slamscape, and it's your classic. The penalty for failure is death. So don't die in this, and that's most of what I can gather of the plot of this. I think another thing I remember this game sporting was its 60 FPS frame rate, which that wasn't really like anything too spectacular, I don't think, for PS1 era. So it's kind of amusing that it's just something that the game sported as one of the selling points of it.
Well, I mean, if you got to reach that far for a selling point right from the get-go, you know that you've got a quality title on your hands, which is why it's here. Now I'm excited to see it. I know nothing about this, so yeah, it's gonna be real exciting just to get into it. The attract screen that I can see as Bro's setting up is a delight.
Yeah, I have the here's the quote from the back of the box art. Like fast action gameplay inside an interactive soundtrack by God Lives Underwater and the fastest real-time 3D graphics available on the planet. Better buckle into your Slamjet. You'll be slamming and thrashing through 360 degrees of pure head-banging danger.
So I'm a pretty big metal fan. I've never heard of this band.
I was not around for a lot of the MTV era, so like I think a common series that the company who made this game was associated with is some of the Beavis and Butthead games, which would track because MTV. Let me actually see if I can pull up what they did. According to, apparently they were involved in oh, I actually like this game, Zoop. Like the action puzzle game where you're like getting pieces on the edge that match the one that you're playing as.
Yeah.
I think that game is pretty neat.
That game was really neat, but it was like 6 levels and then it started looping.
Yeah.
There was no content.
Some other classics on Kusog7ande that I see their name on: Nickelodeon Guts for Super Nintendo.
Oh no.
So let me see what they're credited at. Oh, they're credited as the developer outright for that. Developer and publisher. Bugs Bunny Rabbit Rampage, their creators, the developer, although that was published by Sunsoft. Another Kusog7ande classic.
This is not filling me with confidence. Not one bit.
It shouldn't.
Like, I also keep hearing, like, keep thinking about the ad copy saying, like, the fastest real-time graphics on the planet, and this came out after Wipeout. Get bent. You're wrong. This being a PlayStation game, Brossentia is having a little bit of trouble setting up the cropping on his side, because the game keeps changing resolutions between scenes.
Immediately when I handed out this game, the first thing out of Bro's mouth was complaining about giving him a PS1 game.
Well, that's how the cookie crumbles. We don't give Brossentia special treatment just because, you know, he's got to do the streaming as well as everything else.
Oh no, neither of these players get any sympathy from me. You know, Brosentia's given me enough crap over the years, and I'm deep into a game of Dokapon with Time Wanderer, and anybody who knows anything about Dokapon knows that you play for spite in Dokapon.
Dokapon is how you win friendships. I will not touch that game. Ludosity made a clone of it with all, like, the rage taken out, though, that I really love.
I would need to look at that. We've been playing Dokapon Kingdom Connect on Switch, basically like on a weekly basis, and we're like right at the end of the game now, going through the story mode. And we haven't ruined our friendships yet, so I'm gonna take that as a good sign.
Give it time. No. All right, it looks like we've cut over to the race screen. I'm gonna check in with our racers and see if we're ready to go. Give me just a moment here.
For people in the chat, go ahead and get your car emotes ready. If you've got any spinny emotes, because we have a fairly spinny camera here, get those out. If you have any orbs, you can get those. If you have anything related to music or sounds, you can also get those emotes out. Get this stream pulled up proper for myself. There we go. So one of my, honestly, a bit of a fear with me giving this out was I'm expecting very slow progress. Like, it's probably going to take a bit for us to see somebody get on the board. With these players over the course of an hour, I think we're going to see some progress being made, but it is not going to be fast progress. There's going to be a lot of death.
Looks like we're doing one final check to make sure everything's set up right. And we will be starting in just a moment. I did hear you have given out your suggestions for the emotes du jour to spam, so
Yes.
as soon as Bro checks in with us, we'll be getting started.
So I'm in Time Wanderer's Discord. He usually posts something without context for the game that's coming up, without the context. And for this game, he basically just put the title screen for Slamscape in his Discord, and it makes me giggle. It's a pretty powerful title screen.
Okay, yeah. This is a pretty typical issue I've seen with streaming PlayStation games. It's requiring a little bit of fendangling on the racer's end. This is one of those games where as the game switches between scenes, it switches rendering modes and the resolution changes, and then BizHawk's window size changes, and then that ruins the capture. So Brossentia is tweaking a couple of settings right quick.
Yeah, that's a problem. I think that's also something that happens on the Saturn as well with some games, because I play a lot of Saturn Bomberman, and that game has the problem. I think I don't remember the right resolutions, but like for most of the game, I think it's like the game runs at 240p, but then there's a 10-player mode that for that mode specifically it runs at 480. So it's constantly switching resolutions, which I remember was a problem for the longest time for people trying to make like upscalers, because you'd basically get like a few seconds of a blank screen while it tries to switch resolutions. But I think now with current upscalers, they've started to really fix that problem, and it's just like it's no longer an issue on hardware, and it's really cool to see.
Bro says he's ready. Let's see if Time Wanderer is ready to go.
As ready as can be for this. And Ellipsis is mentioning RetroTink. I have their upscaler, and it is fantastic to use. The 5X model has been real good. Looks like they are both ready.
Yep. All right, I'm gonna start the countdown. Best of luck to both racers, and let's get rolling.
And remember to spam your emotes, everyone. Now we're getting the countdown going very shortly here. Both players ready and thrown into the Slamscape for the next hour. Loading.
We start right in with the loading screen. Haha.
Yeah, I mean, it's a PS1 game. You gotta expect that. Alright, so into the game. I told them what their general objective is here in Carnival Hala, as the name of the stage is. So there's 4 glowing orbs in the stage. Your goal is you have to get all 4 of them and then head for the exit. You only get 1 life, though, so if you die, you will, you'll have to reset the whole stage and get all the orbs from scratch. As a content warning, there is a little bit of graphic depiction on the game over screen. I did tell them that they, after they die, they have a little bit of time where they can pause and just hit restart to reset the stage that they're in to bypass it. But in case one of them forgets to do that for a bit, just be aware that that is a thing that can happen. Time Wanderer has picked up... I don't even know what it is. When we were testing this game, we called it the butt plug.
Please. Like, you're gonna make bro want to kill me for, like, not...
Oh, Time Wanderer is dead. But is restart hitting the restart to just reset the stage, so is aware that that is a thing that he can do, as I warned them about. But the point of the we'll call it the prongs. But the point of them is they increase your maximum health. So there's one that has 4 points on it. That's the first one you can pick. When you have one of those, you can pick up one that has 3 points and one that has 2 points, so on and so forth. And each one you pick up will extend your health even more. So Time Wanderer is going for, well, is trying to get this silver orb. That silver orb up where Time Wanderer is, that is the first, that's what they are trying to get. They're trying to get all 4 of those. This is probably one of the easier ones to get, although easier with an asterisk after that, because if you're just jumping for it, you're probably going to have a lot of problems with trying to reach the orb. I did give them the hint that they do have a boost button, and if they boost while jumping, they can get a little bit more height, which will be very helpful to getting the orb.
Yeah, I did see the hints that you gave out to the racers. There was another thing I was curious about while we were setting up. You had mentioned that for a period of time there was no actual proof that anyone had ever managed to pick up an orb in this game.
Yeah. When we were testing this, I basically threw him into it blind. You can see Time Wanderer is having the problem I was mentioning, where he's trying to jump up to the orb. He couldn't reach it because he wasn't boost jumping. Since I gave them the heads up that you can boost jump to get a little bit more height, they should be able to catch on to that well enough to be able to at least pick up an orb. In fact, it looks like, yeah, Time Wanderer already has one of the orbs, so Time Wanderer has made tangible progress.
Excellent.
So the way we are scoring this, there are 4 orbs in each stage, as I had mentioned before. So first, obviously, is who makes it to the further stage. Since getting through a stage is not trivial, the first metric is, while within the stage, is who gets more orbs in a single run. So you have to get all 4 of them in one run. If they're still tied, the metric after that is going to be who got more unique orbs across all their runs through the stage. And it looks like Time Wanderer is... That is the exit for the stage that Time Wanderer was poking around with. So Bro is dealing with the Ferris wheel, and one of the problems with the Ferris wheel is it shoots a lot at you. Bro is almost dead, by which I mean. Oh yeah, you can also lose your health upgrades as well. There's some propeller things that fly around with a hook on the end of them. They can just, like, fly down to you and snatch one of your health extensions from you, just like that.
Great.
Oh, I love this orb that Time Wanderer is going for, because you have to bounce off of this very bouncy ball to try to get the height to get the orb. Now, here's... You know what's really fun about this bouncy orb? You can
I want a bouncy orb. They just look fun in general, but no, tell me what's fun about this bouncy orb in particular.
You can actually go out of bounds with it.
Oh, good.
You can get back in bounds with a boost jump, but I will be laughing when and if we see somebody go out of bounds with it.
Oh, like that?
Oh no, I think.
Oh, is Time Wanderer out of bounds?
I think it went out of bounds.
So is this the useful kind of out of bounds, or is it the bad kind of out of bounds where you got to restart? You can get back in, you said, but...
You can get back in. The main thing that you would want to get back in for is to not sink the rest of your run.
Fortunately, Time Wanderer was able to blow himself up, so...
Yeah. I mean, you don't necessarily have to blow yourself up, because you can just reset through the pause menu whenever you want to, but... Also, in case anybody else hasn't noticed it yet, have a listen of the music, because it does change slightly depending on, like, what part of the map you're in. And it just... Because they try to do something so ambitious, which is... I would say is kind of cool in concept, it just sounds so incohesive as a soundtrack. But it really kind of makes me laugh.
There's good ways to do this, and then there's whatever this is. Right? Like, the dynamic soundtrack based on the state of where and what you're doing in the game is not a new concept here. There's been a couple of games before this one that did it. Typically RPGs that would change their soundtrack based on your party composition, not something quite so real-time and dynamic as this, for good reason.
Yeah, it's not the most comparable thing, but so I've been playing, one of the games I was playing earlier this year was Octopath 2, and each character basically has their own story. When you get to, like, the final boss of their story, I'm gonna keep spoilers about it to a minimum, because I'm sure there's people who still have to play Octopath 2, but...
Yeah, I still haven't, so...
Yeah. But each character basically has, like, their theme, which gets put into the song, which I think is pretty cool. Basically, like, it's the same final boss theme, but it has its own flair depending on whose final boss it is, and I think it's pretty neat.
The Live Alive remaster someone's pointing out in chat is just so amazing. I will gush about that this entire match if someone doesn't stop me, so...
That is a game I need to get. I have the remake for Live Alive, but I didn't get around to it. One, because I spent earlier this year going through both Octopath 1 and Octopath 2, because I picked up Octopath 1 back at launch, and then I never had a opportunity to play it until this year, so, and it was definitely worth playing. I highly recommend the Octopath games.
So are all of the orbs in this stage just suspended like up in the air like this, and you have to do weird boost jump shenanigans to get them?
Oh, of course.
All 4 of them, huh?
All 4 of them.
All right.
After a while, you do start to get the feel for what the game is asking of you from those orbs. Oh, that enemy that was latched onto Time Wanderer before he blew up. Yeah, that sucks out your health gradually, so you have to shake it off.
So that's another thing worthy of pointing out. The information you gave the racers on this was basically, welcome to the game, there are 4 orbs, do boost jumps to get them, and that was it, right?
Yeah, a lot of the specific controls and what you could do within the game is going to be on the players to figure out. They're Kuso tests that they can figure it out.
Definitely true. Like, there's a sort of double-edged sword with the GM bracket. One is we've had a lot of vetoes in our handouts because these GMs have played a lot of bad games.
Sorry, I have to laugh at the sound here for a bit on Bro's stream.
Oh, well, never mind that. On the other side of that coin, though, they played a lot of bad games. We can be a little mean to them.
Oh, yeah. I surprisingly didn't get any vetoes for this. This was just the first game in my pile, so I was pretty happy about that. To the contrast of the last match where I got a bunch of vetoes and had to rely on Megatroid for GBA.
It's been an interestingly satisfying thing for me to set these matches up and then watch these GMs who were in Kusog7ande racers have to deal with 5-7 vetoes. I'm just like, yeah, welcome to GMing.
I'm typing something out here. I heard some good sounds again from Bro. I'll be real. I will be very impressed if we see stage 2 over the course of an hour.
We might want to start just tracking orb pickups already, because this feels like one of those games where someone gets a good run like 20 minutes in, and then that's it.
Yeah. And Time Wanderer's gone kaboom. One of the useful tricks for this game, it's actually, I know it's a little bit hard to believe because of, you know, how often we're seeing the players dying, but when you start to get used to it, it's actually somewhat easy to survive in this game, because if you're, like, going after the Ferris wheel, you can start to do some damage, sure, but if you're starting to get low on health, you can just run away and get some health pickups, and then come back later. Like, as long as you're keeping a decent idea, like, a decent watch on your health, survival should be relatively easy, but of course you can still get greedy, and, well, that's the end of that run. Yeah, like Time Wanderer here, opting to run away because he's got very low health. Gonna go try to find a health pickup. He's definitely picked up some health before, so he knows about the health extensions. It will likely take them a bit to figure out how the health extensions work, though, because you can't just pick up any old health extension and get health back. You have to pick up the right one.
So what happens if you pick up the wrong one?
Oh, you just bat it away like a soccer ball. That's all that happens. It just won't let you pick it up.
Fair enough. It's like, nah, we don't want that one. We want the good one.
Speaking of which, Bro has one of the health pickups here. So if you can find one with 3 edges, then he can get even more health for himself.
So I'm noticing when Brossentia fires his weapon, the shots kind of just go wherever the heck they want.
Yeah, I see Tal BMS in chat. Tal is the one who introduced this game to me, and is the reason I put it forth for our racers today.
So Bro's out of bounds.
I don't know if Bro's gone out of bounds. Yeah, I think Time Wanderer has. I wasn't keeping too close track of Bro, though. Goodbye!
Are you sure Bro wasn't out of bounds there?
I guess not. Bro making use of his booster. They also have weapons, so I want to think that the developers were trying to go something similar to something like, say, Twisted Metal when designing this, because that's probably the most comparable PS1 game I could think of for this.
Yeah, I can see the Twisted Metal sort of DNA here. It strikes me as Twisted Metal with some of the visual aesthetics of Paranoia Escape, but that might just be the first level here.
Yeah. Alright, so Bro is going for the Katamari Orb.
The strange bumpy orb. I think it's a Blitz Ball. It might just be a Blitz Ball.
The Final Fantasy Slamscape crossover we never needed and never will get. Blitzball in Slamscape.
I can think of worse crossovers.
Alright, so which orb is Bro going to go? Is he gonna still go for the Katamari one? As much as I enjoy watching people go for the Katamari orb, like Time Wanderer's going for now, it is a hard one to get compared to the others, so... Oh, I think... Oh, never mind. I think Time Wanderer was trying to clear out some of the enemies in the general area to make it a bit easier on him, but then just accidentally blew up in the process.
You know, that seems to be the main theme of the game, is you try to do something and then just blow up in the process. There has been so much death in the first 15 minutes.
Oh, Time Wanderer
did he
almost
get it?
had it. No, he didn't. I don't think he got it. It's a little hard to tell. So when you pick up an orb, there is a sound effect that plays, which is kind of the thing that I'm listening for, at least on Bro's side. It's a little harder to listen to that on Time Wanderer's side, but I don't think he was able to get it. In a worst case, we can do a VOD review.
So there's no visual on having an orb at all, then? Like,
there is a visual. It's just not an immediately obvious one on like your HUD or anything like that. So when you pick up an orb, it floats to above the exit. So I saw Time Wanderer passing by the exit earlier, and one of the orbs was in place, meaning Time Wanderer at the time had gotten one orb.
have we seen if Bro has gotten one yet?
I haven't seen or heard Bro get one. Oh, that one Time Wanderer just got. Time Wanderer has gotten an orb.
Excellent. Now we can ponder it.
Must ponder orb.
Always.
Alright. So the Katamari one, I can definitely see wanting to go for this one because Time Wanderer might be getting the feeling that, because at this point both racers have seen all 4 orbs that they can go for, and Time Wanderer might be getting the feeling that the Katamari one is going to be the hardest one to get of the 4. Either that or the Ferris wheel one, because the Ferris wheel one is heavily protected. Like, you have to shoot down the cars in the Ferris wheel to get a clear jump to be able to get the orb, but they're shooting back at you, so it's kind of like what I guess you would call as a boss fight in this game.
Yeah. Just to have this big, dangerous enemy, you have to shoot a bunch for it to cough up the orb. It's the closest thing to a boss we may see here.
Yeah. I think I remember what the technical, quote, boss fight is of Stage 2. If you think this stage is hard, Stage 2 does ramp it up, so it's only going to get harder for the racers. Time Wanderer getting flung. I think Time Wanderer is starting to get at least a decent handle on how to do the boost jump to be able to get the orbs. I think one of the problems, when I was doing the boost jump, I boosted first before jumping off the ground. Looks like Time Wanderer was doing it in the reverse order, jumping then boosting, but I mean, maybe it will work out for him. You know, whatever works for the racers is good news in my book.
Every time I went into a match as a GM thinking there was only one way to do something, I'd be proven wrong. So yeah,
Time Wonder guy. That
I can agree
is,
with that outlook.
so that is another visual indication that you can use. Whatever the main obstacle is for that area, it's gone when you pick up the orb. So those the spinny blades that Bro is dealing with now, they're no longer there for Time Wander because he got the corresponding orb. So you can use that as a visual as well for if they got this or that orb. Oh yeah, Tao's pointing out another fun thing about this game. It's not going to matter for this race because they're not going to get that far. Unless you have a full stack of health upgrades, you aren't able to finish the game. They'll still let you go to the next stage though, so that will at least be a non-issue. But it's required to get to the last level.
That doesn't make a whole lot of sense though. Like, why is that a thing? Is it just something they arbitrarily threw in there for the heck of it?
Yeah, because screw you, player. I see only one orb right now for Time Wander, at least on this run. So, I think I know what's happening with Time Wander. He doesn't realize that the orb that's up there is the orb that he just picked up. So he's trying to pick it up thinking it's the second orb, when actually that's the orb he already got. That might be what's going through his head right now. Hopefully he'll give up on that and just go try to find a different orb, though.
Yeah, just looking at it, there doesn't seem to be any possible way up there, and I think he thinks he needs to pull an enemy over and bounce off of it.
That would be impressive if he did that. It makes me wonder, because I never really tried to get up there because you don't have to, but it makes me wonder what would happen if you hit that orb trying to collect it. Like, is the game poorly programmed enough that you just collect the orb again or something like that? But
There's no telling.
Maybe we'll find out live on stream.
Yeah. Brossentia's over here playing with these weird mirror things that are reflecting his shots in every which direction.
Including back at him sometimes.
Yeah.
Time Wanderer still poking around with this exit. Please, go somewhere else, Time Wanderer. You have other orbs you can go for.
Yeah, just to remind everyone, we didn't give the racers any information about the game aside from if you need to get something out of reach, do a boost jump. That's all we told them.
Yeah, everything else is up to them. So let's see where Bro ends up going. I saw he picked up some secondary weapons. It's like they're both relying on this energy shot that that's your default weapon, but like Bro has switched over to the saw blades and is using all of them on these mirror enemies.
Time Wanderer's capture is a little cropped because of the setup shenanigans that we had to deal with, and we're aware of that, but it does make it a little hard to tell if he's using an alternate weapon from time to time.
Yeah. Yeah, we can't see what he has equipped, but I mean, we'll see what he's firing out.
I'm not about to tell Brossentia to stop racing and fix it.
No.
We can see what's going on.
It's definitely workable. In the unusual event that we need to see the borders, then I mean,
yeah, we
it
can
comes to that
figure
for
that
a
out.
VOD view shrug.
Oh man, the hitbox on that orb is not very generous.
Sure isn't.
I swear I saw Time Wanderer just go through it.
This is the one that he's got. I think this is the only orb that I've seen Time Wanderer get so far. I don't know if he's gotten a second orb outside of this one. I think every time he's gotten an orb, it has been this one.
It does seem to be that way.
Oh, I think he had the right height. He was just a little bit too far to the right. Get this sound again.
There we go.
Bro. Time Wanderer got the orb.
So if our racers get to stage 2, and that's seeming like it might be a bit of an if at this point, but it could happen, What are we looking at as far as continuing from there? You can just restart any level you're on, right?
There are passwords. They will get a password after being stage 1, and I told them that they'll want to write down the password because they will have to put in the password, unless they just reset. If they reset in stage 2, it'll just put them back on stage 2, but like if they game over and go through the full game over sequence and all that, it's going to kick them back to the title screen. They'll have to go put in the password.
Gotcha.
Bro is saying, I don't know what's happening at all. Which is fair. That's what you love to hear. 22 minutes into a match, is one of your racers saying that they don't know what's happening at all.
Wow. Brossentia boost jumped into one of those tents, and just the ricochet angle gave him some serious height.
Yeah. Alright, so which orb is Time Wanderer going for here? I couldn't see which one. It might be the Ferris wheel one. Hard to tell because of the draw distance sometimes.
This is from an era of game where I would just like to play around with this as a physics sandbox.
Oh yeah, I would love to play this game as like just a sandbox goof around in it mode. Just do whatever you want in it. But like as a game where it's actively trying to kill me, I don't know about that.
Yeah, a little bit less fun. It's like San Francisco Rush on the PlayStation. If you knew what you were doing, you knew where it was, there was a track where you could just turn around, drive the wrong way, and go way off the track. And there's like a skate park there that would let you do weird physics stuff like this.
That's
and I would just do that for like 30 minutes at a time and not care about racing.
I love when the developers put weird things like that in their game. Like, it's like a cool little Easter egg, almost.
Yeah.
Like, you went off the beaten path, you're ignoring the rest of the game, here's this thing, go have fun.
What are these things that Brossentia's inspecting?
I think they're just scenery.
Okay.
They don't do anything, but Brossentia has a fascination with them, so...
They're the only, like, brightly colored thing on this entire level, so I would think there's something associated with them, too, if I were just driving around and I saw them.
Yeah, I'm reading to see if there's anything... Because Sal's been providing a lot of information about the game in chat, which I've been too fascinated with the game to look over at. But I see him talking about stuff like how this was made to promote a band, God Lives Underwater, which we talked about earlier, with its unique soundtrack. And this is apparently their original music. Time Wanderer going for the bounce.
Time Wanderer has said in chat that he knows that everything is a cracked sniper and nothing in this game can be killed. Brossentia confirming for us that he's gotten 0 orbs. Brossentia is the one who talks about like mind games and stuff and not revealing information during a match, and he's sitting here in the match chat like, I've gotten 0 orbs. That's how the match is going for him. It's just, oh no.
The real mind game is to say that you got to a stage like 20 minutes after you got to the stage, because then you're technically not lying or anything. You're technically speaking the truth. The way I was able to get the Katamari orb that's been giving Time Wanderer grief even now, it's another case of boost jumping off it, because if you boost jump, you can get a lot. Oh.
Get it?
Time Wanderer got it!
Now, was that the second orb this attempt?
We're gonna see, because he's passing. I didn't see any orbs because draw distance is fun, but that is an orb. That's 2 orbs, and he might have gotten the 3rd one already that I missed.
Has Time Wanderer suddenly learned how this game works?
He may have. Oh, there's the Ferris wheel.
Oh, the Ferris wheel.
Is ignoring the Ferris wheel, though.
I really hope he doesn't drive back over and try to pick up the orbs on the statue.
I think if he sees that there's more than just one there, he'll start to catch up.
For him, yeah.
Yeah, that should make it quick for him if it hasn't already clicked for him.
Brossentia is back on the title screen. Just taking a breather for a moment,
That
letting.
is fair with this game. Time Wanderer, when I told them, hey, I've got a game that is motion sickness inducing, are you both comfortable with that? Time Wanderer was like, I dare you to find me a game that would make me motion sick. Okay, Time Wanderer didn't get this orb earlier, but has it now. Time Wanderer
so that's
has
3.
3 out of 4 orbs currently. Just needs to get the Ferris wheel orb. If he can get that and get to the exit, he will be on to stage 2.
Oh, that's very exciting.
That will be a very definitive lead because Time Wanderer will get the password and he can just start from stage 2. And he gets to go through the real heck that is stage 2.
Was that a spider dumpster?
Yes!
Why? Why?
I want to know. I want to know what was going through the developers' heads when they made this. All right. So Time Wanderer has the thing sucking on his health. Managed to shake it off. This is the only orb he can go for now, though, is the Ferris wheel orb. And this is, while it's probably not the toughest one to get, I would say it's at least the toughest one to figure out.
So I'm thinking he's got a strategy here, or at least for a moment it looked like he did, where he would hide behind this fence and then try to jump and fire at the Ferris wheel. I don't know if the attack range lines up for that, but that seems like it's a... If you can reach the Ferris wheel from that far back, it seems like it would be an effective thing to do.
Yeah, the safest way for the Ferris wheel is definitely take out the carriers going around on the Ferris wheel, so that way you can just jump through the middle. That's definitely the easiest way to do it. I'm sure there's other ways with how temperamental this game can be, but whatever works for
they
Time
are
Wanderer.
crack snipers.
Time Wanderer lost his health upgrade, so might want to grab a health upgrade or two before reattempting the Ferris wheel.
So do the enemies on the Ferris wheel respawn if you drive off?
No,
Okay.
they should remain dead. Another fun fact, according to Tao in chat, this quote from a game review for this game: "This title is for those who don't know any better."
Oh, Time Wanderer's going for it despite the ailing health.
Going all in for it. Oh, nope. Smartly running away. I want to see Bro at least get an orb. You know, we're half an hour in. I had considered nudging him in the right direction again. If we got half an hour in and neither player made progress, but considering Time Wanderer's made a significant amount of progress, you're on your own, bro.
Yeah, we gotta let it ride how it sits because we've had a racer actually get places.
Yeah. Very impressively, too. Like,
I can't see how much health Time Wanderer actually has. Oh, there we go. That makes it easier. Just extend your health bar quite a bit. Thank you.
Yeah, it makes it easier to see.
Yeah.
And gets it stolen.
At least that's kind of a health refill.
Yeah, you don't lose health from your from losing your health extension, you know, unless you're already like full health or something. So you still keep the health that you have unless your maximum health dips under what your current health is.
Yeah.
So, and they are regularly on the map. Like, you can just go find another one pretty easily. So you can just regularly get your health pickups back. Like, there's no shortage of them. And does have another one.
Yeah,
Bro is
so
getting...
he's probably going to drift back over and make another crack at the Ferris wheel.
Yeah,
He's just tried to lunge at the wheel a couple of times, and the framework of the wheel seems to be doing a really good job of defending the orb.
I applaud the effort. I really do.
You said that was your strategy, was to try to shoot everything on the wheel and then just try to jump through it. Do you try to jump through it from the side or like face on?
You jump like... You jump from it, like, from the, I guess, the front. Depends on what you consider the side or the front of a Ferris wheel, but, like, you try to jump through the front because you have a very clear shot. Like, you don't have the legs of the Ferris wheel to get in your way. You just jump straight through.
F-Zero plus Doom crossover, you know?
You know, that's not a bad way to put it now that you mention that.
Yeah, F-Zero / Doom, except bad.
It works out well because yesterday I ended up firing up the Super Nintendo F-Zero again, so I'm a bit warmed up on F-Zero. And I was doing some light research on Doom recently, not specifically because of Doom, but because I was researching some stuff about the Super FX chip for the Super Nintendo, which Doom utilized. So it just kind of came with the territory. Impressively, though, in all of this, Time Wanderer still has not died. So.
Oh, you gotta be careful with that commentator's curse.
I know.
You're doing this on purpose, aren't you?
Oh, I sure am.
Okay, good. Just wanted to be sure of that.
Oh, look at this health that Time Wanderer has. Look at that.
I am very much noticing the size of Time Wanderer's health bar, yeah.
Yeah, he picked up 3 health upgrades. So he might be having more of an understanding of how health upgrades work now.
Bro has exploded.
Yep. And Time Wanderer, I guess with the way that everything else is, I can understand not trying to shoot the Ferris wheel, because why would you think that would work? Why would you think that would help you?
It's really hard to tell what you can and cannot shoot. Bro is getting real close to getting this orb, though.
I want to see it. Come on, bro.
Oh, no.
The pinballing is always funny. It will never get old for me.
So a couple of people are saying that Bro might have gotten the Tilt-A-Whirl orb and then died like immediately after.
It's a little bit hard to tell.
Oh,
well, he's
wow.
dead now.
Did Bro just explode on the skybox? Did Bro get yeeted so hard he hit the skybox and exploded?
He did.
Amazing.
I love this game so much.
This is a treasure in some definition of the term.
Reminder, this is stage 1. I forget how many is it 4? Tal, you would know. Is it 4 stages or 5 stages that are in this game? I think it's 4 stages that you can get through normally, and then the 5th stage is an unlockable stage or something like that. And, like, from what I remember, when I was testing this game, the first I played into it was most of the way through stage 2. But from what I
Bro's out of bounds again. So there is a warp in the out of bounds area that takes you back to where you spawn.
Okay.
They knew this was a thing.
Yeah, they knew, and just instead of bothering to fix the problem of going out of bounds, they just let people go out of bounds.
I mean, you can't enumerate every possible way that all your players are going to go out of bounds, so I'm fine with that. I probably would have just made everything out of bounds a death plane, though.
You could have also just, like, made an invisible wall around the outer perimeter instead of having it just a fence you can go over.
Yeah, there's many other options here than just leaving a warp out there that you can get back inbounds.
Yeah, every time seeing Bro just fall all the way back down into the arena, it brings me joy every time. Bro's going for the Ferris wheel. If Bro
I don't know if I recommend this, but you know, Bro always says if you're trying something in a race and it doesn't work, go try something else.
Yeah.
I think he bounced off the Ferris wheel framework and just went, nope, I'm going somewhere else.
Yeah, if Bro was able to get the Ferris wheel orb, that would definitely be something he would have over Time Wanderer, because Time Wanderer's out of bounds again. Go find the warp, Brossentia. To be fair, if Bro wanted to save time, he could just hit the restart button because he's
got no orbs. Yeah.
Oh.
Time Wanderer is just dealing with the Sisyphean feat of getting this Ferris wheel cleaned out.
Yeah. And has very little health. We can't see exactly how much health he has, but is probably like a hit or two away from death.
I think Bro got that orb. It's hard to tell.
I wasn't paying too close of attention. I didn't hear the sound effect that I usually hear from an orb, but if he passes... Oh, no, I see it. I see it on the middle. So yeah, Bro did get the orb. Bro is on the board.
Heck yeah.
Now let's see how well he can get the other 2 orbs that Time Wanderer has gotten.
I mean, Time Wanderer just suddenly went Super Saiyan and picked up 3 orbs in like a 3-minute window. It's entirely possible to just suddenly click with this game and get all 4 orbs in a clean sweep still.
Yep. There's a second orb for Bro.
Hey, it's happening.
So the question is, I'm fairly certain that one of the orbs Bro hasn't gotten yet is the Ferris wheel orb. Oh, the Katamari one's the other one. I think with enough effort, Bro will be able to get this one, but it's gonna still take some effort. If Bro's able to get it, then we're at a tie game.
Yeah.
Which for a game like, especially with the huge lead that Time Wanderer had at the start of the match, that's big.
Bro has the right idea. It's just a matter of getting the physics to cooperate on this really weird, bumpy thing with very uncooperative faces on it.
Getting the right balance. Has a good lineup here. Oh, nope, Bro's dead.
Well, that bites.
This is also probably the part that I should remind people that our scoring metric for this also includes getting unique orbs. So the first metric, if they're in the same stage, is who got more orbs in one run. After that, it is who got more unique orbs in the stage. So in a world where Bro is able to get 3 orbs in one run like Time Wanderer, but manages to get the Ferris wheel orb before Time Wanderer, that would be a lead change for Bro by our scoring metric.
Yep. At the moment, we're 2 to 3 on orbs picked up in a single run.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you can see just how quickly one of the racers can suddenly click with what's going on and pick up multiple orbs in a single run.
Yeah, Bro smartly going for the Katamari orb first because it's the one that he probably feels the most comfortable with getting, while also being the hardest one of the ones that he feels like he's able to get. So getting the hard one out of the way first to be able to get yourself up to 3 orbs, because I think Bro's feeling like, yeah, I can get up to 3 orbs now with my knowledge point of this game. So let's at least do that to have a new high watermark for myself.
Yeah. He's going straight for the weird Katamari orb, and he can get the height. It's just a matter of the right angle.
Hopefully Time Wanderer is mashing the start button to skip the cutscene, otherwise, warning. Okay, he did skip it. Good.
Alright. So, yeah, Time Wanderer did explodify, it looks like.
Time Wanderer saying, I swear I am trying all the buttons.
Brossentia says this can't be the right way to do this, referring to the Katamari, and yes, that is the right way to do that.
Screenshotting that one for posterity later.
Yeah, the cutscenes that we're skipping are fairly body horror, and we've asked our racers to skip them every time they've come up, and so far they've been able to do that for us.
Yeah, the main reason we would have, like, literally any reason to show it would be just to poke fun at, haha, this game got a K to A rating somehow from the ESRB, but it's very, very much a good idea to skip the cutscenes. I definitely made every effort I could to let them know of the problematic cutscenes so they could skip them during the race. Time Wanderer had the right idea, shooting each of the things on the Ferris wheel. So if Time Wanderer keeps at that, he'll probably have his way of getting the orb in the Ferris wheel. But the question is he going to commit to that?
Brossentia is coming so close to this Katamari orb.
I have faith Bro will get it in the remaining 20 minutes we have.
I think so.
Just as I have faith, the moment I see Time Wanderer able to destroy one of those rides on the Ferris wheel, that's the moment where I'm like, yeah, Time Wanderer is going to be able to get into stage 2. Because once that clicks with him, that he can actually destroy those, then he's got his road into stage 2. But considering he took a death when he had 3 orbs, his game plan... Oh no, he's going for the other orb. I thought his game plan might be to figure out the Ferris wheel orb to figure out how to get that one, and then do the run to get all 4 of them at once in one run.
I think that would be the strategy I would use, because I got 3. I can't do any better short of a perfect run. I might as well figure out how to get the 4th orb, because that's the only way I'll put up a better score. That would be my logic.
Alright, Bro going for this one. Apparently, Bro is sitting on 2 orbs currently, so if he can get this one, he'll be at 3. And is giving up on that one. Oh, might be going, yeah. Because you don't have unlimited boost. We didn't really make a note of this, but you don't have unlimited boost. You only have so much boost power, so you have to be getting pickups regularly if you want to keep boosting.
I love that the HUD will only display how much of something you have while you're actively using it. Like,
yeah.
Surely you could have done something better with this, but this was in the era where, like, minimal to no HUD was the thing everyone was after.
Okay, eyes on Bro now, because I believe that means Bro has 3 orbs, so it is a tie game again. And if that is the case...
It's all down to the Ferris wheel.
Yeah, we'll hopefully see him move towards the center so we can confirm outright that he's got 3 orbs. Oh. Like, don't reset now, Bro. You're already making some pretty good headway in the stage. Probably trying to find an orb. Which
I think we're gonna have some expressions from Bro once we're wrapped up.
I expect it. Bro went out of bounds.
At least Bro knows that he can just drive out into the desert and get a warp back in.
Yeah.
When Time Wanderer goes out of bounds, he resets.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if Time Wanderer was aware of that. So that is at least one knowledge advantage that Bro has over Time Wanderer, not having to throw out your progress if you go out of bounds. And Time Wanderer has gone kaboom.
Man, it all comes down to who can do anything with the Ferris wheel. And at this point, just going and picking up the 4th Ferris wheel orb, even if it's not part of a clean run, will be a lead change, because the secondary metric is unique orbs ever.
Yeah. And Bro going out of bounds again. Not even from going for an orb, just trying to get to an orb and accidentally goes out of bounds.
It's so easy to just get yeeted out of bounds. I don't...
It is.
I don't understand why they didn't try to do something a little more about preventing that.
It's like you're a bouncy ball. So I think Time Wanderer is a little bit closer with figuring out the Ferris wheel, because he's actively, like, shooting the Ferris wheel. He's not shooting the right part of the Ferris wheel, granted, but he's at least trying to shoot the Ferris wheel.
Now, if I were to get my crystal ball out and ponder that orb, I'm thinking what's going to happen is someone's just going to throw themselves at the Ferris wheel, possibly in the final minutes of the match, or possibly because they get frustrated, and they're just going to thread the needle and pick it up on accident. That's what I think is going to happen.
That would be absolutely wild to see. I would love to see that.
Now, who is going to do that? I have no idea. I just think that's what's going to happen.
That honestly sounds like more of a Bro move. I could see either of them doing it, but that sounds more like something Bro would try.
Time Wanderer's trying to do it.
Nope. I haven't been keeping track of how many orbs Time Wanderer has gotten in this run, but...
I think he's just going straight to the Ferris wheel and respawn at this point, so I think the answer is 0.
A fair play. Nope. At least you don't take damage from plinking off of the Ferris wheel. It's just the endless shots that delete your health. Alright, so let's see what Bro is able to do here with the Ferris wheel here. Bro is also attempting to shoot the Ferris wheel.
Well, I mean, when in doubt, shoot it.
Yeah. That is the thing they should be doing for getting this orb what you would call in this game the normal way. But the problem is they've both been shooting this Ferris wheel for a bit, and I don't think they've seen any damage occurring on the Ferris wheel just because they haven't been shooting the right part of the Ferris wheel. So they may not realize that they can actually damage at least a part of the Ferris wheel. But if neither of them get the orb, I'm expecting them to come in asking, how the heck do you get this hecking Ferris wheel orb?
I'm thinking that's what's gonna happen in the end of the match, yeah.
Time Wanderer
Did Time Wanderer blow up one of the lobbers?
Oh, Time Wanderer's trying. No, I didn't see him blow up one of them. If he survived for a bit longer, he might have been able to at least get rid of one of them, and then he would have been on the right track. Bro is also attempting it. Oh, picked up health and then immediately lost the health boost. Time Wanderer saying he's not sure if he's making any more progress, which I don't blame him. But he's gotten on the right track. He can definitely do this, and I really want to see it. And I have faith that he's capable of doing so. We'll just have to see.
I definitely am not cut out to be the host, because I'm sitting here watching him say, I don't think I'm going to make any more progress. Maybe I should just, wrap for now. And I want to tell them, like, you two are tied. Just keep trying.
Yeah. Like, that's the thing that neither of them are aware of, is that it is how close the match really is. Like, not even needing to get a clean run, just if either of them get the Ferris wheel orb, that's the win, basically, for them. I think if one of them get it, oh, I like what Time Wanderer's trying here. Staying far enough away from the Ferris wheel to shoot at it from a distance so that way it can't attack him. And I think he has destroyed some of the rides going around it, too.
Yeah,
so...
he was trying this before, and he abandoned that strategy and just tried to drive at it. And I think going back to this is what's going to make the difference.
Yeah, so I wonder how many of these he's going to destroy, but I think he's noticed at least that he's destroyed a few of them. If he can destroy all of them, then he'll have a very clean shot to get that last orb. I don't remember how many orbs he has on this run, but considering he's gotten the other 3 before and can get them relatively quickly,
oh yeah, it's happening.
Yeah. I think this is the run where Time Wanderer is able to get this orb at least, and solidify his lead again.
There's 2 left, and he's going for it, so this thing can still snipe him, and it's trying.
Yeah, he's not taking any chances, and I don't blame him. Bro, looks like Bro is sitting on, is that, I think he was sitting on 3 we established earlier on this run.
On this run, I'm not sure. I mean, I can see the statue off to the side, but
I saw 3, so yeah.
Okay.
If Time Wanderer is able to get the Ferris wheel in this attempt, which I think he will definitely move into the lead. But if Bro immediately after gets the Ferris wheel as well, then Bro will move back into the lead because he'll have all 4 orbs in one run.
Time Wanderer is going to just completely clean this Ferris wheel out, and
that is a fair play.
I don't blame him. I think at this point, if I was sure I wasn't going to make any more progress anyway, I would just burn the rest of the time to make sure I got this orb.
So all Time Wanderer needs to do is line up his jump and make the jump and get the orb, and then we will see the Ferris wheel conquered. He got it! Ferris wheel orb obtained!
So now Time Wanderer's got to go get the other 3 orbs. He's in the lead, but he might be able to get a stage completion here if he's able to get the other 3 orbs and check out.
Yeah, the stage completion would basically almost certainly solidify the win for Time Wanderer. It still wouldn't be impossible for Bro to catch up, but it would be hard to do. And plus, there's still the chance that even after all that, Time Wanderer will still die before getting all the remaining orbs. Or especially since he's going for the Katamari orb, he goes out of bounds, and since he doesn't know about how to get back inbounds like Bro does, he may have to take a reset after that.
Yeah, and he got his health upgrade stolen, and
with that, Bro has died.
This is one of the moments where the decision you make could make or break the match, and you know it can make or break the match. You're looking at whatever timer you've got on your side. It's at 52 minutes. You have the 1 orb you couldn't get the entire match. Do you risk it and try to get the rest and be a little reckless and try to get a stage completion? Do you play safe? It's a hard call to make.
Yeah, especially, I think if Time Wanderer has to take a reset, he does have enough time to take another attempt to beat stage 1.
I don't think he would want to completely clear the Ferris wheel out. I think he would just tap out at that point.
He might play a bit more aggressive and it might pay off, but with the way he's playing safely, pending going out of bounds, I think he's going to get through. And I like what he's doing here as well, facing away from the edge of the walls to try to minimize the chance of going out of bounds.
The Katamari's not giving him a good bounce right now.
No. Oh, on it for a bit. I think that was the necessary height, just couldn't quite get the orb. Might want to run away for a bit to get some health before reattempting the Katamari.
So if you hang around with the Katamari long enough, all those enemies on stilts will eventually walk over and start harassing you. If you drive away and then come back, do you despawn them?
I think they're still gonna...
No!
No!
Oh, I think that's it. He's got time to try again.
He might give it another go because we've seen him get orbs very quickly in this. And I do want to see him take another attempt at it because I think he is still able in the last, 6.5 minutes? I think that's enough time to get through stage 1. It would be tough, but it is still possible. But for right now, though, all eyes on Brossentia, who still has the struggle with trying to get the Ferris wheel orb.
Yes, indeed. Brossentia can tie this back up if he gets it, and then it's going to come down to the next metric being one of our racers getting all 4 at once.
Yes. A tall order, but not an impossible order.
No, both racers on their high water marks before Time Wanderer getting the Ferris wheel orb anyway, it was just a matter of they did one attempt where everything just clicked and they went boom, boom, boom and picked up the other 3 orbs just in a minute.
Yeah, because the two where you literally just do a boost jump and that's it, those are very fast to get. The Katamari one is a bit annoying because you have to bounce off it the right way. It's honestly the one, when you know how to get all 4 orbs, the Katamari one is probably the one I would start with because it's so annoying to get, like what Time Wanderer's going for here now.
Yeah, this thing sucks.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? I want to see it, Time Wanderer. You can get into stage 2. I still have faith.
So what I've been trying to figure out with this Katamari is its collision hole. Is it a sphere, or is every one of those bumps its own little hitbox, and the angle you hit it at matters, and all this other garbage? It's going to make this just completely impossible.
I'm thinking it's a sphere but who the heck knows it anymore? Although, impressively, when Time Wanderer said that he was 99% sure that he wasn't making any more progress in the match chat, after that was when he got the Ferris wheel orb, so he was able to make more progress when he thought he wasn't able to, so...
Yeah, that's one of the other lessons that we hear and see repeated very often in Kusog7ande is never give up, because these games don't necessarily work in a way that's rational and logical, and what you think is reasonably no way to make additional progress, well, maybe the game isn't reasonable.
Not to mention, we've seen some very fast orbs picked up. Time Wanderer's already got 2 orbs basically within the span of a minute. The 2 easy ones, granted, but still 2 orbs in the span of a minute. If he can get this one fast, he should have enough time to get the Ferris wheel orb and get into stage 2 for a bit. Is it a tough ask? Yes. He's trying to get the saw blade, but keeps jumping over it.
Oh, I know that mood. After doing all these like high-speed maneuvers and fighting the Ferris wheel and trying to bounce off the Katamari, just doing basic maneuvers might be difficult because your brain is all like scrungled from doing all the weird stuff.
He's trying.
Come on, Katamari. Brossentia's over here on the Ferris wheel. I don't know if Brossentia has managed to blow up any of the like actual enemies on it though.
I haven't seen him. He's still trying that.
Oh.
And dies in the process. Time Wanderer once again. Nope. There goes Time Wanderer. I think it's going to be hard at this point with only 3 minutes on the clock for either of them to get all 4 orbs. I applaud them, though, for continuing to try despite that, because...
So, Bro doesn't know what the score is. He might still be under the impression that getting the Ferris wheel orb will be...
Oh, yeah, that's true. Bro, if Bro is able to get that Ferris wheel orb, that is technically tangible progress for Bro. Not enough to move into the lead, but that is still technical progress for Bro. But being in the commentator's box here, being able to see both feeds, I think it's pretty safe to say at this point that Time Wanderer is going to be taking the victory in this match.
This is a lower bracket, isn't it?
Yeah, this is an elimination match. So
Well,
Bro's
dang, that
gonna...
means I won't be able to host anymore. That ain't fair.
I mean, maybe Bro will just set up the stream and then like go take a nap or eat a burrito or something, and then just ask you to take over. Yes, at me roasting Bro during his own match.
I mean, you have to.
He roasts me during all of my matches. Turnabout's fair play.
Yeah, I've done the same. And then I go, wow, I hope Bro doesn't go back and watch the VOD of this, or I'll be in trouble. And so far, he hasn't yelled at me.
You're doing something right, then.
I think Bro might be...
Okay,
Oh,
good.
please skip the scene. Okay, good.
Yeah,
Is Bro tapping
I'm
out?
glad. I am thankful for both the racers that they were being really good about skipping that game over scene, so we didn't have to see it on stream. So thank you to both the racers for that, even if you can't hear me right now.
I think Bro is indeed tapping out here. We only have 1 minute left.
Yeah, 1 minute. Even in a game like this where you can get orbs pretty quickly, in theory, 1 minute is not enough, and Time Wanderer taking a death might be doing the same. Oh no, is still gonna push for it. Chad is asking you for a substitute Utah fact, Tristan.
Alright. So, Wyoming is the substitute Utah. And a fact about the substitute Utah is the state of Wyoming doesn't actually exist. Have you known anyone from Wyoming?
No?
No? No one does.
I know a bunch of people from Utah, so Utah exists more than Wyoming does. I can confirm that, at least. I don't know if have I been to Wyoming? I don't remember anymore. Well, that's an hour. That is time. They are free from this game.
I gotta actually type out the time signal because our match chat timer bot mentions a role that we're not giving to people during the GM brackets.
I got
All
pinged.
right, they've wrapped it up.
I'm the GM for this match, and I got pinged by the bot.
It's the GM bracket. It's all a little scuff.
Hi, bro.
Hello?
How'd you enjoy the game?
It's got interesting ideas, but I'm not sure what they are. Like, I know that I made some progress.
All right, we got Time Wanderer in here. Let me go ahead and reveal the results of the match. Both of you managed to pick up 3 orbs in one run.
Okay.
So we're gonna fall back to our backup criteria, which was whoever collected the highest number of unique orbs. One of you got the Ferris wheel orb and one of you didn't.
How did you get the Ferris wheel orb?
Oh, it was really easy. All you had to do was sit like 150 feet away and mash the jump and fire buttons to hit each of the carts on the Ferris wheel about 700 times until they exploded and stopped bombing you with like laser guided proficiency.
I never saw a single one explode, but I shot it a lot. It's just, what the freaking frick-frack? This doesn't, like, I've got some issues with you, with the game, with what's this called? Slamscape? Yeah, what the crap? I've got issues with that. I've got issues with Ferris wheel. I've got issues with Yuokami. I've got issues with chat for some reason. I don't know. Like, honestly, Time Wander, I'm glad that we were both on the first level the entire time, because I was like, I wonder if Time Wanderer is actually going to beat it, because if so, I'm gonna look pretty silly.
I mean, to be fair, Time Wanderer has placed second in a Kusog7ande before, and still was not able to get out of the first stage, which should be a good indication for how rough this game is.
Yeah.
You did figure out something that I don't think Time Wanderer did, though, which was getting back inbounds when you go out of bounds.
Oh yeah, that's easy. Their U-turn thing, if you just keep driving, U-turns appear all over the place. You jump, you touch them, and it puts you back in the middle of the stage for some reason. I don't know. I think they knew you were going to get out of bounds.
Yeah, they play fast and loose with the physics.
Which I kind of like. Like, I enjoy that chaos.
Someone in chat was describing the game as a mishmash between F-Zero and Doom. How accurate do you two feel of that?
Zero,
that
you
is?
can actually kill things in Doom. Not that, and Doom does not have spider dumpsters going around eating teddy bears.
I love the random enemies. The spider dumpster is my favorite. What's your favorite enemy, Time Wanderer? You ran into.
I'm partial to the little flying palm trees whose only job it is to come and take power-ups away from you for no reason.
They can also take downgrades away, like the things that hurt you. I think they can take those away. I'm not sure, though.
Interesting.
How did you two feel about the soundtrack for this game?
I actually literally cannot remember the music at all right now, which means it was fine.
So, it didn't really, considering we listened to it for an hour, it didn't really grate on me. I will kind of, say that the sound design was kind of not bad. Because there was particular stuff where you could kind of, because you can't see anything, because everything's moving too fast, and everything that kills you is, impossible to see. Because it's too small or too fast.
Yeah.
There's good sound cues to let you know kind of what's getting close to you. Not that you can really do much about it. My default was kind of just to jump and boost away in a panic. But
the game describes this game as, or I think the back of the box describes the game as having a quote interactive soundtrack. So the closer you are to certain things in the stage,
and I kind of like that.
It's a neat idea.
It was not bad.
And it's a neat idea. I don't think it was executed super well in this game, but it is a neat idea at least.
Yeah, I mean, Banjo-Kazooie did stuff like that. Other games definitely pull it off better, but I didn't think that it was a negative in this. I actually kind of enjoyed that, the four corners of the map that you would go to, each sort of had their own individual audio that it added on top. Honestly, yeah. I would say that if there was information within the game that helped guide you a little bit, that would probably be better. I was overthinking a lot of stuff.
Yeah, one of my worries when I was giving out the game, which is why I told you about the boost jump during setup, was...
Oh, you did? Well, I didn't see that.
Yeah, I did. But one of my worries was neither of you... One of my worries was neither of you getting an orb after an hour, but fortunately I think 10 or so minutes in, Time Wanderer got on the board, so that was no longer a worry. I felt like both of you were going to be able to get an orb over the course of the hour, and honestly, getting really close to finishing the first stage after an hour is pretty good for this game.
Well, yes. I have to ask, who got 3 orbs first?
Time Wanderer did.
Well, shut up.
And then you did.
Wow.
So here's, this might seem like an unrelated question, but it is related to the game. What's your favorite PlayStation 1 game that runs at 60 frames per second?
I
know it's a weird question.
Yeah, I guess it is pinned. Sorry, it's a long paragraph. I saw 4 glowing orbs, and I was like, okay.
The reason I asked this is because one of the selling points about this game on the box art is, and I quote, the fastest, 60 frames per second, real-time 3D graphics available on the planet.
I mean, it's fast.
It's
I feel like the game actually runs pretty well. Like, once you get used to using the brake, that makes it a little bit more tolerable. Like, just having to line up in order to do some of the jumps is probably the most challenging thing, just due to random enemies showing up. The fact that you can't really see a whole lot of area around you, that's rough. But honestly, like, I feel like the graphics for this game are completely fine. I like the way that it looks. I like the vibes that I get from the game. It's weird.
Yeah, if you think the game was hard, there are 5 stages of this, and stage 1 is by far the easiest stage of the 5.
Ooh.
So, if you're up for a challenge, so it's I when I was testing this, like, I was able to consistently get through stage 1 once I figured out, okay, this is how I get each of the 4 orbs. You could get relatively consistently through that. Stage 2, I struggled with.
Okay. Question, are there, like, because you can just restart the level, are you able to just continue from stage 2 if you die?
You can just restart the level and continue, I believe, anyway. If you can't, you do get a password after stage 1 anyway, just in case.
Yeah.
This game uses password saves.
People are saying that this is one of the earlier PS1 games. That actually surprises me.
Oh,
like,
I need to tell you about one of the other cool things that this game does that you weren't going to get to in an hour. So,
sure.
In order to, there's a good ending for this game.
Okay.
The way you get it is by finishing with all your health upgrades. So if you don't get all the health upgrades, you can't get the good ending, which I think locks out the 5th stage to you. If you finish the 4th stage and don't have all health upgrades. I don't remember the specifics of it, but it also didn't matter, because if one of you got all the way through stage 4 in an hour blind, I would eat a hat.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that I, like, actually genuinely enjoyed this and might play more of it later.
I think so.
I'm lying. This sucks. I hate it.
Time
and
Wander.
I'm going to hold a grudge.
Oh my gosh, Time Wander. I kind of this is not a good game, but it's got really interesting ideas.
Tristan and I were talking about how this game might have been more fun as like a sandbox game where you just kind of mess around with the physics, as opposed to like a game with objectives and such. I would have fun with this game as a sandbox game.
Yeah, realistically, like, the movement, and it does run smoothly, like, there's a lot in it, it's like, I don't mind it. What really kills any enjoyment for me is, like, the fact that you can't kill anything, like, reliably.
Except the Ferris wheel.
Except the Ferris wheel, like, it... I need to, like, go back in time how long I just had to sit there and fire off all my ammunition at the same angle. And, like, I just did that for a while. I was like, maybe it's the cars. Maybe I'll just, I don't know what else to do. At that point, I'd already, like, I'd already had a run where I had the other 3 orbs, and I was like, all right, if I don't figure this out, I'm not getting any further, so let's just sit on it for a while.
Yeah.
And eventually, one of the cars exploded, and I was like, oh, no.
Well, I was like, okay, there are other obstacles in the game that if you run into them with your vehicle, they break, but you have to use the boost. So I thought maybe if I keep ramming it and shooting it, some of these are going to break. And then I thought, wait, there's this teddy bear dude running around. Maybe I need to bring him to the Ferris wheel. I was like, okay, what else can I do? Shooting doesn't work. Bring in the teddy bear. I think he got kidnapped by one of the spinning things, so that's not going to work. Maybe I can bring one of the dumpsters over here and it can just, I don't know, throw the Ferris wheel into the dumpster. just the vast number of things that are in the stage that don't matter. That's my biggest criticism about that. Because, like, especially if you don't have a manual or a guide at all, it's just so many things that lure you away from what you're supposed to do. Like, the stupid go-kart dude, he didn't have anything to do with anything, right? I thought he might, but he didn't.
I spent a significant amount of time trying to shoot him as well, and it didn't do anything at all.
I think I got him disabled for a little while, but he starts driving around again. Yeah, I was gonna try to lure him into somewhere as well. Like, I just really wonder what else is, like, what everything there is supposed to do, and if there are secrets, because I feel like there are probably like 1 billion secrets in this game. Why can you make the dumpster spider eat things? I don't know. Why does he steal your upgrades if you drive too close to him? Because he's a freaking dumpster spider. I hate him, but I love him too.
Research important Slamscape lore. My favorite enemy is definitely the one that just randomly steals your health upgrades. Just flies over and whoop, gonna snatch this off you.
Yeah, you don't even
like
see it
those.
coming. It just swoops by and is like, "Hey, where did my thing go?" You hear like a little pop, and then it's just gone.
I'm like, no, give it back. Give it back, you butt. With that said, Time Wanderer, I acquiesce. You are the victor today. I didn't think there was a good chance for me to beat you, but I'm glad that we had a double tiebreaker in order to settle this. Not only on the same stage, but the same number of orbs collected. It's just you got the widest variety by sitting there like a boring boy and shooting the freaking Ferris wheel for an hour. Good job.
And I did that immediately after putting in Discord. I don't think I'm going to make any more progress.
We noticed that. We couldn't help but remark, hey, you know, you made progress after saying that you weren't going to make any more progress, huh?
Yeah, after saying that, I was like, maybe I win. Maybe I win. There's a chance. There was a chance, but...
Oh, bro, we were also commenting about you playing mind games when you said you made no progress when you actually had made no progress at that point.
Yeah, I had made no progress, and I wasn't gonna say afterwards when I actually did make progress. Actually, maybe I should have. Play with Time Wanderer a little bit, being like, oh, okay, I get this game now. Oh, I should have just lied.
It was in my head a little bit, but like it wouldn't have made that much of a difference because like it's not like I was like in a new environment where I could be nervous and not react to something. I was just doing the same thing for the 25th time, trying to figure out what was going on.
That's what you do when you're learning how to speedrun a Kusog game.
Yeah, for sure. With that said, this was a great pick. I love this game. Like, I think that this is a very, 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 very bad game that has some fascinating ideas, and I just feel like it's so much of an enigma. I want to dig into it more. Like, that's what I like about some of the Kusog7ande games that I get.
Yeah, that's what I like about Kusog7ande in general, is just learning about these games that I knew nothing about or had never heard of until watching it get played in Kusog7ande.
Yeah, just FYI,
I
also had no issue with motion sickness at all. Like, Peggy the Peach 3 is probably the only real 3D game that's given me motion sickness. This was nothing. It's fine.
and I assume you didn't get motion sick either, Time Wanderer, from this?
No, I was fine, but that doesn't.
Excellent.
That's not really something I usually have issues with. I can, however, see how someone who does suffer from that would.
Yeah.
Because, like, some of those sequences are rough.
Yeah. It's something that didn't occur to me at first when I was playing it, because I'm honestly really bad at noticing motion sickness tells in games. So it's definitely like something I'm dependent on other people pointing out to me like, hey, this game should come with a motion sickness warning.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I don't think most people are like us. We're a little broken.
A little.
Yeah. Time Wander, seriously, great job. Are you, you're going to be streaming after this, right?
Yeah, I think I'm going to start Oracle of Seasons.
That'll be a fun watch.
Yeah.
I finished Ages like a week ago, and I was gonna play Seasons after it, but then I got into too much Elden Ring and other stuff.
Yeah.
So I think I'm gonna start that like after this.
Well, cool.
That'll probably be a better game.
We are gonna go right over there. Why am I not following you? Every once in a while, I click like follow, and then it disappears later. I'm gonna blame Twitch. So there we go. We're gonna raid Time Wanderer because Time Wanderer is the fantastic victor and better go and win Kusog7ande because out of anybody, like, I'm proud of you beating me for this game.
Aww.
And I'm proud of you, like, I'm really happy that it was actually really close.
Yeah.
That's what I'm very happy about. I
wish it had been the kind of close where like we were actually making progress instead of us both just being stuck on stage 1, but that's what you get in Kusog7ande sometimes.
I don't mind.
It was
a really good
fun
stage 1.
It was a ton of fun to play, Brossentia. I'm glad I got to actually play against you. That's really cool for me. And
heck yeah,
yeah.
I gotta beat you someday.
I'm sorry that I eliminated you, but I'm also like, proud of myself. So.
Nah, we all knew it was coming. This is what happens. I don't win Kusog7ande. I just run it.
And maybe your next match you'll finally break your PS1 curse.
Yeah. I'm 3 for 3 on PS1 games.
Oh,
so far.
seriously? Well,
yeah.
that's
Before
fun.
this was Finger Flashing and NN Angel.
Both of
At
those
least
are
this
fun
one
watches.
wasn't like an obscure, unreleased Japanese PS1 game.
Instead, it was.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was.
Obscure release
Slamscape.
MTV US game. I'd say it's still obscure.
It feels like it would have been like a Blockbuster exclusive.
It does have that kind of feeling.
Feels like
it?
it would be a Radio Shack exclusive. Well, that is fantastic. I know that we have a tradition of giving words for a tombstone, so let me go ahead and say, feed my corpse to the spider dumpster.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a good quote.
Yeah, there we go. I don't want to be buried, but I guess I get buried anyway. You can at least give part of my corpse. That's fine. Well, Okami, do you have anything else going on that people should know about?
Well, I just got back from PAX the week before, so I've been getting into the swing of doing things again, but we had a Retro Book Club show, yesterday, and we had some interesting stuff from there. Have you ever wanted to play Super Mario 64 as a point-and-click adventure game?
What?
Yeah, that was a thing that we played.
Okay, interesting.
It was kind of wild.
I can't say that's like a feeling, like I can't say that's a specific desire that I've had, but I mean, now I kind of do.
Like, I can talk with you about it later if you're interested.
Yeah, I'm a little bit interested in that. Oh, well, good to know. Yeah, I was on Retro Book Club once. It's on Friday evenings, although every other week we have Grudge Match, so I'm not always able to go. But it was a fun time when I was on, and maybe I'll have to come back sometime.
Oh, for sure. We'd love to have you again.
Tristan, anything you've got going on?
I've got a lot going on, just none of it really interesting. The main thing is, BBG in 2 weeks.
Yeah! Everybody, you should be aware of that. That is our bad game marathon thingy. Oh my gosh, come on, brain. I'm sorry, I'm trying to type and talk about BBG at the same time. It is our marathon. We love it, and you should come watch all the bad games, twitch.tv/BigBadGameathon. In addition, if you are a runner for BBG, you may consider submitting to GDQ like literally right now, submissions and tomorrow. But if you've submitted something to BBG, use that submission video for GDQ because honestly, usually BBG is a little bit earlier so that we can actually get within the submission window, but it didn't work out this time. So I'm really excited to see all the chaos that people have. With that said, we've got to go and raid. Feed my corpse to the spider dumpster is our raid message. Go yell at Time Wanderer. I'll see you tomorrow at noon. My time, 2 p.m. Eastern. We've got a match and then some Xena. Take care, friends.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Bye, Time Wanderer.